What's up, viewer GFM? Welcome to our Something Extra episode. You know, I'm really excited. I'm really excited because we had an epic event on June 16 throughout Mzansi. The after movie tells the story. You know, the after movie showing to us everything that has happened throughout Mzansi, and it was awesome. You know, it shows how great the VYG has become, and indeed, we want to pass the same mentality. We want you to have the same understanding that you can actually become great. You know, you can actually become whoever you want to be. You can achieve anything you want to achieve. As the message on June 16 says, don't dance to your suffering. Don't dance to your pain. Don't dance to your frustration, but rather dance to your victory. Dance to your success. Dance to the goodness of your life. And this leads us exactly to the message I want to share with you today. You know, today's message is about substandard versus quality. Substandard results and quality results. It's easier to get substandard results because it's everything quick, it's everything fast. But the problem with substandard results is that they do not have a solid foundation. They don't last long. But quality lasts long. Quality remains for a lifetime. And let me make an example. As you can see now there on the screen, this athlete, he is busy exercising, training, preparing himself for what? He's preparing himself to be competitive enough when the time comes for him to compete. You can see he's sweating. You can see that things are not normal. But when the day of competition comes, he's going to be prepared. He's going to be ready to compete. Why? Because he has put efforts on it. But substantial results is what going to happen is he's going to wake up in the morning and just say, okay, I'll just go and compete. If I win, good. If I don't win, still good. I never lost anything anyway. The results might be there. He might come out maybe perhaps and win the competition. Let's say he wins. But he is not going to be consistent in winning. He is not going to be consistently the best because he did not apply any efforts. Quality will not be there. And sometimes we as human beings, we want quick results. We want quick outcome. And at the end of the day, we compromise the quality of whatever we want. And that's why I want you to really pay close attention to the kind of results or the outcome that you expect in your life. Are you expecting quick results? And I must say, I must be honest, it is never an easy thing to wait. Nobody likes to wait. Take for example, when you enter into a store, the moment you discover that there's a long queue, you get very upset. You just want to get paid and go. But once there is queue, we get this, you know, we never enjoy that moment. But unfortunately, if I want what I need, I'm going to have to wait in the queue. So substandard results are exciting, but they lack quality. While on the other hand, the quality is the patience I develop. Quality is the understanding that if I want something that is going to last me a lifetime, I must be willing and ready to wait. I must be willing to be patient. It will take me some time studying. It will take me some time learning how to do it and get it perfectly done. It will take me some time how to do it. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give out the best quality because I invested in it. Yes, you heard me correct. Substandard results lack sacrifice, but quality results, they will always demand sacrifice. Without us sacrificing, without us putting efforts in what we want, we will always fall to the substandard results, not quality. So be mindful, not everything that I achieve, everything that you achieve is quality. It doesn't mean that when things go well, you have put in good efforts. Sometimes it's only a matter of, it's a substandard result. It's just that you did something and then the feedback came. But if you want quality, therefore you really need to sacrifice. And that's why today I'm going to share with you 5 things to be aware of when you want quality rather than substantial results. 5 points that you have to be mindful of. And with these 5 points, you will definitely be able to restructure your life. Number 1 is durability over appearance. Quality products, services, and relationships are built to last. Don't be deceived by something that only looks good on the surface. True quality stands the test of time. So you see, true quality stands the test of time. So durability over appearance is very important. Don't look at the appearance only, but look at the efforts, the time spent, the investment put in order to get it done. Because the time you spend, quality, it will depend on the time you spend. Look for an example, in the olden days, we used to have houses built with very strong and quality material. And those kind of material will definitely require time, will definitely require a lot of investment. To build a house nowadays, it's fast. Not all houses, don't get me wrong, but many times you find people using cheap material nowadays to build a house, and in the next 5 years, they need to refurbish that house again. They need to put more efforts in fixing that house. But 5 years ago, they were excited and said, wow, at least I have a house, and I managed to build a house cheaper and with less time. But not realizing that spending less time, spending less amount in whatever a person was doing, ended up not giving out the best of results with time. So when I want something that will last long, I must be willing to invest time in it. And the second point is consistency matters. Quality remains reliable even when no one is watching. Substandard work often performs well only occasionally, while quality delivers consistent results. So there has to be consistency in what I do. Consistency matters. If I'm going to do something and the results are not good, or I'm not getting the results as I expected and I quit, then I'm lacking consistency. You know, when one wants to become a lawyer, an engineer, or a doctor, or a pastor, or whatever career a person chooses, there has to be consistency in order for that person to improve, in order for that person to become better, in order for that person to be able to reach where they want to reach. So without consistency, we fail to develop quality. So there is a need to be consistent. As I made an example with an athlete, they need to be consistently practicing, they need to be consistently exercising, consistently eating healthy, consistently minding their weight, consistently watching over their habits. If they can do that for one time and they stop, they lose quality along the way. So it's extremely important that we invest in consistency, because once you invest in consistency, greater things are definitely going to happen. And number 3 is attention to detail. Quality is usually found in the small things: careful planning, neat finishing, accuracy, and professionalism. Substandard work often overlooks important details. So you see, if I want to bring about the great quality, details are very important. Sometimes it's a tiny little detail that I overlook. And because of that tiny little detail that I overlook, I compromise the quality of the entire product. But if I observe every single detail, I observe detail by detail, I will be able to get it right. I'll make an example. Take for an example a student that is given a sum to solve. and he's not mindful of the detail, and the instruction is supposed to subtract, and because he did not check and look at the complete details, what happens is he ends up adding where he's supposed to subtract. The entire sum is not going to be correct. He's not going to fail because he's not wise enough. He's not going to fail to get it right because he's not intelligent enough, but because he did not pay attention to the detail. How many times at school you say, ish, and I knew the answer, but the answer that you wrote, you got it wrong because of the tiny detail that was there. The word like if, the word like therefore, sometimes makes a huge difference in a statement. So it is very important that we pay close attention to the details. You want to become something great in life, you want to achieve great, then details are very, very important. If you don't want substandard results, but you want quality, then details are very important. Don't overlook details and say, no, it's just a tiny detail. That tiny detail can compromise the greatest quality, the excellence of the quality in your work or your studies or whatever you're doing. So pay very close attention to those details. And number 4, value over price. The cheapest option is not always the best option. Quality may require a greater investment initially, but it often saves time, money, and frustration in the long run. So it is important that you mind not just the value over just the price, but you mind the value over the price. Don't observe how much it is only. I know with the cost of living nowadays, with the life that we live today, people are more observant with the price. But I must say that the moment we much more observe the price, we also compromise the quality. Take for an example, someone who buys something that it's of less quality but at a cheaper price. They often have to go back to the store and replace it because maybe it got broken or maybe perhaps it didn't last long enough. So it is important that I also look at the value, not the price. Sometimes it is cheap but with a good value. So value is more important than the price. Don't observe only about the price, but also check the value. Is what I'm about to buy valuable? Because when you look at the value, it is something that is going to last long. So value tells us how long this will last. The price may be expensive or less expensive. That doesn't matter that much. What matters more is how valuable is the object. How valuable is what I'm about to buy, what I'm going to get. Is it going to last long or less? So invest more in the value if you want quality rather than substandard results. And number 5 will be reputation and integrity. Quality is backed by honesty, accountability, and a good track record. Before making a decision, consider the reputation of the person, product, or service you are choosing. You know, it is so important that we do not work for substandard results, but quality. And quality comes with reputation. Quality comes with integrity. And many a times when a person will look for something without integrity or achieving something without reputation. Let me make an example. Why in a CV, when you look for a job or when you apply for a business deal, why do they always require reference? What's a reference for? Because in your CV, they already know if you qualify. They already know your qualification. They already know everything. in your CV. Sometimes they even require you to put up a supporting letter. They know everything. They even call you for an interview to get to know you better. But they don't only take your word for that. They also want a reference. What's the reference for? It's for them to know your reputation, where you come from, your integrity. Someone who can speak on your behalf and put a word to say, indeed, this person is a person of integrity. The reputation of this person is good. Take for example, if you are dealing in a company, an accountant company, and you hire someone with a bad reputation in finances, it's going to compromise the integrity and the reputation of the company. So it will be difficult for you to put in that person, because that person is not going to be able to handle well the finances. He's not going to be able to run your company the proper way. So you will look for someone with a good reputation, someone with integrity. So it is essential, very important, that we look at our reputation. How you represent yourself out there matters a lot. Sometimes we develop this mindset of saying, I don't care what people think or say about me, which is correct. We don't need to pay much attention of what people think or say, but your reputation matters. Your reputation matters. You may be that person who says, I don't care, but your reputation out there matters, because it's going to tell us who you really are. And sometimes people lose opportunities, not because they don't know how to do the work, not because they are not trusted enough, but their reputation is bad. So observe your reputation. And I will give to you the final note. I need you to read it out loud as I read it there on the screen, but I need you to read it out loud so that it may be something that you tell yourself that I'm going to apply it in my day-to-day life. The final note, the final thought is, substandard may satisfy you for a moment, but quality serves you for a lifetime. Choose excellence even when it requires more patience, effort, or investment. So, substandard results, they will last you for a moment. They will make you happy for a moment, but they don't last a lifetime. But quality results last a lifetime. My question to you today, viewer GFM, is, do you want substandard results or you want quality results? If you want quality results, then start sacrificing, start investing, start putting efforts, start pushing yourself to do better. Start not only observing what others are doing, but much more, start observing the effort that you are putting into the achievements, the victory that you claim that you want. Because if you put efforts in what you want, you will definitely succeed. You will definitely break through, because you have the potential, you have the ability, you have what it takes to conquer your desired dreams. But remember, don't build a substandard future, build the quality future. That's it for me for today, viewer GFM. And not forgetting that this coming Saturday, we are going to have the VYG Media Workshop. The VYG Media Workshop will take place 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Please, if you are interested, you want to join the VYG Media Workshop, go to the nearest branch of the VYG, find out more information how you can become part of this media workshop. It's for free. You don't pay anything. It is to help you and develop your media abilities. All right? And this coming Saturday, 7 p.m., we will be together at the Bible Club. Remember, Saturday, make no appointments. Especially 7 p.m., there is no place to be except the Bible Club. That's it for me, viewer GFM. Salute. Bye-bye.